in the design.
You guys ready?
Yeah, that's, I
Yeah. Okay.
Argonaut, Argonaut.
Time out.
What happened? Did we lose something? Okay.
Start over again. Start over again.
Take two.
Yeah, they need to record it, I guess. All right, well.
It's a shame. Okay, pretend I wasn't here.
No problem.
Okay.
There we are. Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, wow. I just met you a few seconds ago. I'm sorry. Forgive us. All right. Erectly.
Hello, I'm Erekli Antadze, CEO of Argonaut. It's midnight. A team of survey specialists are still at the office, but they're not analyzing public opinion. Instead, they are stuck reconciling a dozen files across half a dozen tools, trying to figure out why the numbers don't match. And that's only a fraction of the problem. Surveys run on a mix of niche tools and general-purpose software never built for this work or to fit together. We're survey professionals, and we've seen this waste derail thousands of projects across the world. That's why we built Argonaut, a platform designed specifically for mid-size and large surveying organizations, which carries a project seamlessly from questionnaire to dashboard. Designed by industry insiders, it requires no training to use. A typical 5-week study runs 40% faster with Argonaut, saving $7,000 in specialist time per project. The result is simple: faster projects, cleaner data, a complete audit trail. Every research component is versioned and reusable. So each new project grows your library, and the next one runs faster. We're already have pilots underway with leading firms, including a global company operating in 160 countries. And we have 3 signed letters of intent with paid use beginning in Q4 of 2025. The market for primary research software is $1.5 billion and growing. We're going to capture $20.8 million ARR within 3 years by acquiring 320 customers. And we're going to succeed because we excel where others fall short. We don't just integrate the workflow, we add value at each step along the way. Our business model is usage-based. We charge per interview conducted through the platform. For a standard survey, that's $1,300, less than 3% of a typical survey budget. That translates into $65,000 ARR per firm. Our go-to-market strategy is direct and relationship-led. We have personal access to over 500 international research companies, and we're active contributors at all major industry conferences. But the real sauce is subcontracting. Large firms rely on smaller agencies worldwide, and once Argonaut becomes their standard, adoption will cascade through their network. Our team has a history of managing global research projects, creating standards, and delivering state-of-the-art solutions for the industry. I serve on the Professional Standards Committee at World Association for Public Opinion Research, and my co-founder, Ani, is Vice President of Gallup International Association. We're raising 150,000 lari to speed up product development and marketing. We're creating the first shared language for survey research professionals. Join us in bringing this industry into the 21st century.
Okay.
Who's the ideal customer?
Okay, I love this.
Who's the ideal customer? Who's the ideal customer?
Research firms.
Ideal customer is a mid-size or a large survey or polling firm.
Got it.
As an example,
Like
can you
Gallup.
give us like a name just to,
Pew Research, Kantar, Saatchi
Okay,
would be
gotcha.
examples of large
Gotcha.
survey firms.
like mainly
with
Forrester.
agencies like that? Okay.
But wait, but what is your secret sauce? I mean,
Yeah.
what is your secret sauce? This is a solved problem. We don't need any more technology to do better surveys. Okay, now you got to tell me, no, you're wrong, Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, what is your
Yeah.
secret sauce? I don't see it here. These are your benefits, but what are you doing differently?
Yeah.
You're trying to keep it a secret from us? Is that it?
No. I just had 3 minutes. Thank you for the question. You're wrong, Bill. So I'm going to break this by phase of research. So in form building and fieldwork control, The problem is that tools are very niche. So it requires specialists to basically open a terminal and code all the complex conditional logic. We're basically turning this into a simple enough interface that a sociologist could build up a survey themselves. Also, we have automated testing suite. So when you build a questionnaire, you can produce dummy data for, let's say, 1,000 random questionnaires, and then automatically check it against logic you want to check it against to make sure that it's all correct. And we also have a library of reusable components. This is not done by anyone else on the market. So if you have...
Whoa!
Okay.
Oh, come on! No! Excuse me. You're telling me that these survey firms do not have reusable components? You're telling me they don't have libraries of questions? You're telling me they do not have tons of data on the difference between asking a question this way and asking a question that way, and that they don't use that information?
They do, but the problem is that basically those modules don't exist in the fieldwork applications. So these libraries
what sort
are
of surveys
basically...
are we talking? We're talking different surveys than obviously SurveyMonkey, or is that fair? Or what
SurveyMonkey is a fair analogy, though it's not widely used in the industry because it lacks some critical functionality in terms of vis-a-vis developing complex conditional logic.
Okay.
But it's basically, it's niche tools that sort of look like SurveyMonkey, like Survey2Go, Enfield, iField, CS Pro.
They're like specialist tools. These are the ones.
These are specialist tools, yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, but okay, so here's what do you know who Mark Penn is, perchance? Do you know Mark Penn? Clinton's pollster.
Okay.
You know, and so he was somewhat famous for, you know, instant survey data collection, et cetera, right? And so the problem is not the survey. The problem is getting people to respond to the survey.
That's obviously, I mean, I can't fix the response rate.
That's a different problem to fix, Bill.
Well, right, but that would be exciting if you had a business that did that. But,
Sure. I mean, not this year. I don't have a solution for how people respond to surveys.
You can say, Bill, you're right.
But these are,
but this is a bigger problem to solve.
But these are real problems that do cause massive delays. I mean, they do have libraries of questions, but they are basically kept in separate tools and separate custom SQL databases, or sometimes even like a set of Word files. Like you're going to see a folder that has a name like Survey in Georgia X, and then there's like 15 different files that contain all the different files. We're trying to also solve that problem there.
Can I ask this way? In addition to Bill, who have you spoken to that says, wow, we really need this?
Yes.
Which research firms? And then what about Nate Silver?
There we go. Right?
So I'm going to respond to Nate Silver first.
Okay.
So he's not a pollster himself. He does projections based on the survey.
Right.
So he's not a relevant customer for this.
Yeah.
We have spoken with, and we have signed letters of intent with big firms. One is ORB International, one is Gallup Austria, and one is called TabX. Two of them are based in UK. One of them is obviously based in Austria.
Yeah.
But ORB International specifically operates in 160 countries. So they do have a huge volume. And at that volume, these tools, the fact that they are disconnected does become a huge problem and issue for them.
Okay.
And they did say, wow, specifically for reusable components. They were like, oh, I can move this question in and out, and I can keep 11 slightly different versions of the question in a comprehensible manner where I can find it.
So let's pretend I run a shop that is exactly your ICP, right?
Yes.
I'm busy. We had a lot of stuff going on. We have our existing ways of doing all the things that we do. And we tell clients that we use all of the latest, best of class stuff, right? That's what we tell our clients, even though it's a, rat's nest of crappy Word files.
Bless you.
Yeah.
So, all I really care about is either saving money or driving revenue, right? That's all I care about. And I've only got 10 minutes. Actually, in this case, I only have 1 minute. So tell me why I should buy this.
So, I lost this, but based on our testing, surveys, a typical 5-week survey runs 40% faster with Argonaut. That's 2 weeks saved, and that equals roughly to $7,000 saved in specialist time per project.
Okay, where is that time savings happening in your technology? I'm not
It
seeing-
mostly happens in pre-field, so in
In the
building and
construction.
finalizing
Yeah,
the
the
questionnaire, and then also post-field in data cleaning, because there's a lot of I/O in and out of these applications.
So there's a
And
lot
the
of
seven-
post-analysis stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can't
It's all
save
pre.
time in the field work because of your point. I mean, you
Okay.
need to gather 2,000 responses, and I mean, you can't
Okay.
magically
Okay.
make people appear.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's is okay.
I guess my point is that ultimately this is a very simple ROI-based purchase decision, right? I'm going to buy this if I think that it's going to either save me time or drive my revenue, right? Or reduce my costs and drive my revenue.
So,
So it's a simple ROI decision. So, do you feel as if you can make a solid ROI story as you pitch these guys?
I think so, yes.
Give it a try.
They seem to like it too, so.
But I think you asked this earlier, but if I were your ideal customer, could you pitch that in half a minute or a minute?
Oh, yes. That's the pitch. It's so simple to do
That's the pitch right
surveys.
there is
but-
let's,
it's so
let's save you
faster, but
40%.
in time, but then in dollars.
Oh, it's $7,000
But you said
in savings in specialist time per project, because that's the average cost of a
Yeah.
day of a specialist in this
Yeah.
industry, $500.
Okay, so maybe just do a model. A typical research firm does X number of these. The $7,000 per survey yields $1 zillion a month
Oh,
or a
total,
year for
you
a
mean.
company, and therefore you're going to only charge them X to get Y.
Okay, sure. I mean, a typical mid-sized firm also does about 50 of these per year.
Yeah.
So 50 times 7 is,
So what you need to do is you
okay,
need
I
to,
want to hear if
Come on,
can
yeah.
you do the math or not? What's 50 times 7,000? Quick.
350,000.
it's 350,000.
And they're gonna pay you X. So therefore, their return is Y. Like of the 350,000.
Oh, so it's basically what we're charging, $1,300 per survey, is what they are already paying, basically using the toolkit they are using. So
You're gonna substitute.
it's a substitute for their current workflow, which is basically broken up into 6 different software
Okay,
solutions.
so they stop that, they pull something out, insert you, no incremental cost, and they get a $350,000 a year savings.
That's the value proposition.
Well, you should say
okay.
that. Fabulous.
So, but I got to believe, yes, the economics are important, but can you tell me that I get better results?
I can.
Okay, but you didn't so far. I mean,
So what this allows is there's basically, when you're using multiple tools, there's huge data loss in I/O in and out of these technologies. And by being in this software, you do get way more auditable results, A.
Auditable.
And B, we do have a state-of-the-art fieldwork module that gathers incredible amount of metadata, including GPS and timestamps and audio recordings for each question of each interview, not just in each interview.
okay, and how that data, and can you quantify the value of that data in terms of,
How it's
accuracy?
10%. So it's really, that's a qualitative jump in terms of what sort of metadata you have, which you can
Yeah.
analyze data against.
Yeah.
It's really hard to quantify because firms still get to do their own sample design, and they
Yeah.
get to do however they pick respondents. So it's very hard to see exactly. I mean, I could do it specifically if I knew
Okay,
their
but
specific sample design.
you're not advising them on this is a better way to conduct the survey. You're just saying, here's a better way to create the
It's an
survey.
efficiency
Yes.
play.
Do you have pilots lined
these,
up? Do you have
all these, yeah, sorry.
So do you have pilot customers lined up?
Yes.
And could
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
use them as a model?
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's what we're
extract
doing.
that data and then have the answers to Bill's questions.
Sure, absolutely. I'll get back to you.
Did we ask you how much revenue you've generated so far? Have we asked you that?
The paid use is beginning in Q4 of 2025, but we do have 3 signed letters of intent with
Okay.
the rate and everything
Right,
already.
so we
set.
heard the LOIs.
And
I
could
was
you
just
give
wondering-
us quotes from those letters of intent? I mean, Are people
mean-
excited? Can, like, what
She
is
wants
Yeah,
to
I mean,
hear
I
wow.
want you to
the
hear
letters
wow.
of intent are
You need to
drier.
read his book.
Yeah, sure.
Getting to wow.
The letters of intent are drier documents, obviously. They set a rate and approximate volume within like 10% variation. But they are excited because, I mean, this is a big product for the industry.
So what do you
we
need
believe.
to get to that point where you've made that sale?
Oh,
What do you need to develop? You need capital, but what?
We have, for the letters of intent, we have very set targets on the functionality that needs to be completed.
Okay.
And it's going to be, it's basically completed, it's being tested, and so face-to-face surveys will begin in Q4 in paid use. And, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thanks very much.
And,
Have a good
and
day.
I've decided that you have won the first book of the day.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Wow. That's
done.
cool.
A launch path.
I
Okay.
love